Hello there everybody, and welcome back to my F1 2021 My Team Career Mode. We are now on Season 3. This is round 17, I want to say. We are at the Singapore Grand Prix. If you haven't seen the last one from Russia, I urge you to go back and check that one out before you come back to check this one out. This is your last chance to do so before spoilers. Well, it was a decent comeback in Russia to get a podium despite a collision with Checo Perez early in the race, and I can only apologise for that massively. But we're moving on. We're here at the Singapore Grand Prix, and this is going to be where I try to regain my championship charge. Ideally, I could do with a win here just to get me back on track, because it's been a shaky few races. We've had a 6th for third, a 6th and a third. So I think it's time now to try and go after a win, and that is exactly what we are going to try and do here. But first we need to get out of Q2, which is exactly what we've done. Now we're in Q3, and it is time to set a decent pole lap if we can. Oh, that's not going to help me though. That's a little bit of a lock-up. That's going to cost me a crucial 10th and a half, maybe 2 tenths, but we're still running good here. It's all about whether we can fling it out of the last corner with great momentum, and I believe we did so. But what was the lap time? Where are we on the grid? We did use all the tracking a little bit more, granted, but what was the time? Was it enough for pole? Tension's killing me here. No, it wasn't. Jenson Button is on pole, but we are lining up second. However, I believe Jenson Button will take a penalty, and he will fall down the field.
Against the spectacular backdrop of the Singapore skyline, Formula One returns once again to do battle in what tends to become something of an endurance race, with the notorious sauna-like temperatures in the cockpit making for an extremely physically challenging Grand Prix. We're here at the Marina Bay Street Circuit today, located in the heart of Singapore. The circuit consists of 23 corners, 13 to the left and 10 to the right. It's a track that's incredibly technical, so don't expect to see the drivers taking too much at full throttle. Joining me for today's race once again is Anthony Davidson. Let's talk about Joker. That was a great podium in the last race, so can they keep that momentum going this weekend?
There are never any guarantees in this business, but certainly the performance last time out would have boosted their confidence coming into this one.
Before we begin, let's take a quick look at the grid lineup for today's race. Joker lines up on pole position. A very happy Carlos Sainz will start second. Moving on to the rest of the grid, we have Leclerc, Perez, Valtteri Bottas, and Gasly, Norris, Ricciardo, Hamilton, and Jenson Button. They've taken a grid penalty. Tsunoda, Giovinazzi, Max Verstappen, and Stroll, Vettel, Russell, Nicholas Latifi, and Esteban Ocon. They'll be starting further back after an earlier grid penalty. Mazepin, Joe, Mick Schumacher, and Artem Markelov.
So like I said, it is P10 for Jenson Button because he has taken a penalty. So we now take pole. What can we do from here? 31 laps to Singapore. Lights out and away we go. Bit of wheel spin, but a decent-ish start. But that second phase has really not worked for us at all. Sainz goes into the lead. Perez gets second. He taps Leclerc. And I think that might be damage to Perez's front wing. We go around the outside to take P3. It is a Ferrari 1-2 then. Perez tapping Leclerc as Leclerc was on the outside. And, well, I think that's damaged his wing because he just didn't have very much speed around the left-hander at all. We were able to cruise around the outside, but it's a Ferrari 1-2. Sainz leads, Leclerc second, Ware in third, Perez in fourth, Bottas just behind him, but Bottas is going to get slowed up quite significantly. That'll be due to the damage that he took from tapping Leclerc, so Perez dropping back, Bottas behind him, getting quite badly held up here, and that's allowing the front three. We're just stretching away a little bit from P4 and P5. Perez really slowing Bottas up. He's already lost 2 seconds to us. I'm surprised Bottas didn't go for a dive down the inside of the left-hander there. You can see the queue of cars behind Perez as we're just streaking away. It's a dream start for Ferrari. Meanwhile, we're watching Pierre Gasly now try and pass Valtteri Bottas. Perez having pitted now, and Gasly does get the move done. I think, no, he doesn't. They're still side by side going around the right hand, and Perez really sticking it out. Gasly, sorry, really sticking it out, and Gasly has got the move done, and there's a McLaren now going around the outside. I believe that's Lando Norris trying to get past Bottas, but not able to complete the move. Meanwhile, I'm trying to stay with the two Ferraris, but I've got it very wrong there. Going quite deep. And that is Sainz and Leclerc just extending from me a little bit now. So we've got to be on our toes here. And we've got to push a bit harder to try and keep up with these two Ferraris, because they are looking very quick. And it's good to see the Ferraris back up front this season. I know they've had a very shaky season 3 of this career mode. But in the last few races, they have really turned up. So the upgrades on their car that they must have stuck on are really working, because now they're right at the front. And Sainz just beginning to stretch away from Leclerc a little bit here, which is allowing us maybe a go at a DRS zone, but we don't manage to get close enough to do so. But Leclerc pits on lap 6, so we're going to try and get a bit of an overcut on him, because it does tend to work around here, especially with a long pit lane. If they come out in the back of the traffic, they end up having to fight through the midfield again. We've made a pit stop. Giovinazzi is out of the race. The safety car has come out, and that has kind of worked in our favour. What's happened to Giovinazzi? Let's have a look. We are now watching an Alfa Romeo have a spin, and he's gone straight into the Alpine. So the Alpine has just been collided with there. We're going to have a look. So there's Giovinazzi in the Alpine having his own spin. And the Alfa Romeo is just going to collect him, having a moment of his own. And another Williams as well. A Williams getting involved with that. I believe that's Guan Yu Zhou. And that's what triggered the safety car. So yeah, 3 cars having their own individual moment in that corner. I've not seen that before. But the safety car comes in and we are back racing. I'm right up behind Carlos Sainz as I'm now trying to get past him round the outside here. Sainz shuts the door, indicating there's no way through there. Sainz doing a little bit of weaving there, actually. I'm not sure what that's about. But now we're going to have a go at the inside. Nope, no room there. So we now tuck in behind Sainz, who's right behind Ocon. We're going to have to try and pass him without hitting Ocon. This is going to be such a careful move, but we managed to pull it off. That is P5, or effectively race lead if you like, but we haven't made our stop yet. Right, Ocon is next, but we're not going to try and dive up the inside there. That's a no-go zone, but we're going to have a look down the inside here, and that's... Ooh, that nearly didn't work out at all there. That was nearly me putting Ocon in the wall. I backed out last minute, so neither of us went into it. I think I overcooked that one a little bit. Now Sainz is right behind me, waiting to pounce if I go wrong. Both the Ferraris, in fact, waiting to pounce. Ocon goes defensive for the inside. I'm going to brake later and sweep around the outside and get the move on Ocon done. Up next is Sebastian Vettel in P3, and George Russell, take a bow, you absolute beast, in P2 for Williams, doing a fantastic job at the moment. We're now going to try and get down the inside of Vettel here. We make it work, but we've lost up. We missed our braking spot massively, and we've gone straight on. And that is quite a few places lost there due to getting over ambitious on Sebastian Vettel. You see here, we get it done, but we just missed the braking spot entirely. And I think we tagged Vettel in the process as well. So I don't know if Vettel's carrying damage, but that was silly. Right, Jenson Button on our left now. I was contemplating letting him go, but he just turns in on me there. Jenson turning in on me, despite the fact that I was already ahead. But whatever. Right, I've let Jenson Button go through, so he doesn't lose too much time. But this has really not worked out for us in this phase of the race. So the one-stoppers ahead of us are starting to pit. Jenson Button now P6. This should be there for the taking. I let him go to avoid a collision, but now I want that place back. Button covering the inside. We're going to try and go around the outside And that's just about the move done, isn't it? Yes, it is. Down the inside of the following corner. Button having no response to us there. Next up is Lewis Hamilton in P5 with Norris just ahead of him. I can't see who's in P3 at the moment, but we're trying to catch up, and it's starting to rain. So I tried to beat this. I thought, you know what? I'm taking a gamble. These softs are going to start going off badly. And as it was starting to rain quite hard, I've taken the gamble to put on intermediates. I feel like this might be the right time to do it. I have no idea. We're going to have to trust in the gamble, trust it's going to work out for us as we start leaving the pit lane now. We have fallen back down to P16. But is it the right time? I don't think it is, you know. I think the track is still just a little bit too dry. And given the lack of momentum we have there, I would say yes, that was the wrong lap. We should have waited a lap because it's just not worked out for us and we're losing time. I think this would have been the lap to do it. But, well, in making a decision prematurely, we have lost quite a bit of time, quite a bit of momentum, so yeah, we're going to have dropped back a couple of positions here, I reckon, but we're outside behind Markelov, who hasn't pitted yet, actually, so Markelov, not a worry. Perez next down the road, and in fact, both Perez and Markelov now in the pits. How many of those two are we going to get out ahead? We're ahead of Markelov. Are we ahead of Perez? Yes, we are. But we are behind Verstappen, and what's even more crucial is we are outside of the points now. So we have dropped out of the points in this Singapore Grand Prix. I'm going to have to really try to make up that time. Make it back up so I can get back into the points. That early pit stop has really sent me falling down the field. But we have moved up into P8 with others pitting in for Inters, and we have caught Leclerc, I believe. I don't know if he's just made a pit stop or whether or what, but Leclerc now in P7 just in front of us. Is he there for the taking? I don't think he is. I think at the moment he's a little bit too quick, and I think he has just come out of the pits as well, so his tyres, we need to get him done while they're not up to temperature. Having a very ambitious dive there. No, that wasn't going to work at all. And Leclerc has actually got away from us a little bit now. So we are defending from Sergio Perez for P8. It's been a miserable day. We've really fallen down the field with overshooting our braking spot and then pitting in prematurely. It's really knocked us down the field in this Singapore Grand Prix. We've just had, very sideways moment there. Struggling to get the car to grip. Perez goes past. And we're going to now try and get him on the cutback here with the up and under. But with the decisions we've made in this race, that poor overtake attempt and then pitting in a lap early, it's cost us badly. But it's now time to see what we can do for damage limitation. And we've managed just about to hold off Sergio Perez there. But Leclerc is long gone. And I think the best we can do is try and hold off this position. I'm really struggling for grip, really struggling for pace. And I pitted in again for a fresh set of Inters because I had a moment with the barrier that I forgot to clip into the video. I hit the barrier going out of the tunnel, so it didn't get added to the video. I don't know why it didn't, but now we're right behind this group of cars here. I can't see who's heading it. I think it's Markelov, but we're going down the inside of Ocon now for P14. And I'm just hoping that a fresh set of Inters will help me gain a little bit of pace here and gain a few positions and get us back into the points. But what a disaster of a day it's been. And I've gone very wide there. But I'm going to have a look down the inside of Stroll here. Is it going to work? That's a very tight squeeze, but we've managed to get through past the Aston Martin of Lance Stroll. Next up is Russell. That's a very straightforward overtake. And yes, it is Markelov then that is just holding this lot back, holding them up a little bit. And hopefully I can catch up to him and get P11 back. But, having a look there. Oh, that's not going to work, Joe. Back out of that. That's what we did. I was very close to losing my wing then. There's a lot of cars nearby as well. Lando Norris is out of the race then, and that's bringing out the virtual safety car. Also, the rain has just got that much heavier, and the virtual safety car is ending, so I'm wondering now, are they going to pit in for full wet tyres? Because the rain is getting heavier, and we are cruising up behind Markelov. I'm going to have a look maybe at trying to get P10. That'd be a single point. That'd be great if we could take that. But we've got sideways out of the corner. Round we go into the wall.
Okay?
No, that's
a big one.
our race over. Oh dear. Oh dear, oh dear.
That's a fantastic performance from Ferrari. It hardly looked in doubt. Anthony Davidson, what helped them deliver this result, do you think?
Rain always has the potential to liven up a race and mix up the order, and they've taken full advantage of that to claim the victory today. It's always a bit of a lottery when the conditions are like this, but they've managed to stay on circuit and have come out on top.
Ferrari are at it again. An excellent performance at today's Grand Prix, and they're certainly a team that know what they're doing out there.
Well, it's a win for the smoothest of smooth operators, but it is despair for us. We were running with the two Ferraris at the start in P3, and I feel like we should have been able to hold on to that position, maybe gain P2 with better driving and a better strategy. Unfortunately, however, we did lock up, go wide from missing our braking spot, lose a few positions. I gambled on inters way too early, and then I pitted in again for another set of inters after damaging my wing.
After an event like that, who knows what the sport has in store for us next time. Be sure to join us again.
The day just culminated in crashing into the wall. It was a case of it went from bad to worse, and then it just went to absolute catastrophe. But it happens sometimes. We still hold on to the championship lead. We still got 21 points to Verstappen. Hamilton up to third now, muscling his way back into contention. Perez fourth now on, again, 31 points behind. So anyone in the top four in the standings could still win it. It is still all up for grabs here. But I'm frustrated with that one. I really am. Because a lot of it was down to my own making. In fact, all of it was down to issues of my own making. Well, that was the Singapore Grand Prix. Please leave a like and don't forget to hit the subscribe button if you're new here and you want to see more content from me. Until the next time, I've been Joe. Thank you for watching. TTFN, guys. Ta-ta for now.